Market to Market is everywhere you are. Subscribe to Market on YouTube, find us on the PBS video app to stream on demand, and add our 3 podcasts on your favorite podcasting app.
The World Trade Organization met this week for its 12th ministerial conference. Issues on the table included everything from intellectual copyright for COVID-19 vaccines to negotiations over agricultural subsidies. As the week ended, an agreement on subsidies for fisheries seemed close at hand.
That a healthy, productive, sustainable blue economy is one where our oceans are replenished, where our fish stocks are also healthy, and where fishermen and fisherwomen who depend on such resources continue to earn a decent living. I just want to say a word that we've come quite a long way. And even that, to me, what I see today, I could not have imagined we would move along so fast a year ago. So there is considerable advance, and we hope we can land this.
After more than 20 years of negotiations on the issue, more than a few diplomats were optimistic about reaching an agreement. Director General Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala was also hopeful about the possibility of further discussion on agricultural subsidies. Any kind of agreement has remained elusive since the failed attempt to make a deal during the Doha negotiations more than a decade ago.
A trust deficit dating back to the breakdown of the Doha round and even before took its toll. The media coverage reflected this and was brutal, with uniformly negative headlines about a failing WTO and failing ministers. Permit me to be blunt and say that Geneva has internalized many of these negative messages.
The WTO chief insisted that trade has lifted 1 billion people out of poverty, but poorer countries, and poor people in richer ones, are often left behind. In other trade deals across the globe, several countries have joined together to help mitigate food price inflation. The United States Meat Export Federation is reporting that South Korea has joined Mexico, the Philippines, Taiwan, Vietnam, and Brazil in lowering or eliminating a few food trade tariffs. Some of the cuts build on previous agreements already in play.
Eliminating tariffs on imports of beef, pork, and poultry, that's a bigger step than we've seen from them in the past.
Korea's announcement is a duty-free quota on pork that is expected to be 50,000 metric tons. The move will help many nations, several of which have yet to negotiate free trade agreements, or FTAs, with the Republic.
Where Brazil and Mexico are expected to be the potential big beneficiaries of that duty-free pork quota that's been announced, but that's because they pay the 25% tariff on frozen, 22.5% on chilled, which is relevant just for Mexico. And even for Canada, where they have an FTA with Korea, their chilled pork is still at an 8.6% tariff this year.
U.S. producers already benefit from the 2012 Korean-U.S. Trade Agreement, or KORUS. The tariff on U.S. pork imports to South Korea is now 0, while beef imports to the Southeast Asian country are charged a 10.5% duty. Provisions in KORUS will cut that tariff to 0 in 2026. For Market to Market, I'm David Miller.